I remember sitting in my office one evening, watching people walk by my window, each person hunched over their phone, scrolling through likes, comments, waiting for the world to tell them they are good enough. And in that moment, something struck me deep in my soul. We have become a generation of approval addicts. The greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy is to be alive and not know why. To wake up every morning chasing applause instead of chasing purpose. You were born with something so precious, so powerful, that the world is waiting for you to manifest it. But you cannot manifest what you are afraid to reveal. Your dream is not a democracy. Your purpose is not up for a vote. When you understand this principle, it will revolutionize your life, you see. Every seed contains its own future. An apple seed does not look around asking orange trees how to grow. It does not form a committee to decide what kind of fruit it should bear. It simply becomes what it was designed to be. Your life is like that seed. You came into this world pregnant with potential, carrying dreams that only you can birth. But somewhere along the way, society convinced you that safety lies in conformity. That success means fitting into someone else's box. Every great innovation, every transformative idea, every world-changing movement started with someone who dared to break free from the prison of other people's opinions. They understood a fundamental truth that approval is too small a price to trade for your destiny. I have traveled across nations, spoken to thousands. And everywhere I go, I meet people who are living in the shadow of their true potential because they are too busy seeking validation. They say, what will my parents think? What will my friends say? What if I fail? And I tell them the only real failure is abandoning your dreams for the comfort of approval. The time has come for you to make a fundamental decision. Will you continue living as an echo of other people's expectations? Or will you become the voice that you were created to be? This is not just about success. This is about fulfillment. This is about walking in the fullness of your purpose. When you begin to understand this principle, something powerful happens. The opinions that once controlled you begin to lose their power. The fears that paralyze you begin to fade. Because when you are clear about who you are and what you are called to do, other people's approval becomes irrelevant. It's not just about you. Because your imprisonment to approval is costing this world something precious. Every day you live seeking validation, you rob the world of your unique contribution. And this is what I want to address right now. Many of you sitting here tonight are living in what I call the prison of approval. It's a sophisticated prison, no bars, no walls, no armed guards. But it's one of the most devastating prisons I have ever encountered. Because unlike physical prisons that hold your body captive, this prison holds your potential captive. Every decision you have made in the last year, every choice you have contemplated, how many of those decisions were truly yours? How many were influenced by the invisible wardens of social approval? You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is check how many likes your post received. You choose careers based on what impresses others. You live in neighborhoods you can't afford. Drive cars you can't pay for. Wear clothes that don't represent you or to maintain an image that isn't even yours. The cost of living for others is bankrupting your soul. I have seen brilliant artists become mediocre accountants because their parents said art wasn't practical. I have watched visionary entrepreneurs stay in soul-crushing jobs because society says entrepreneurship is too risky. I have witnessed potential world changers shrink their dreams to fit into someone else's comfort zone. Every time you seek approval, you give away your power. Every time you modify your dream to make others comfortable, you diminish your potential. It's like taking an eagle and convincing it to walk because the chickens are uncomfortable with its desire to fly. But here's what fascinates me about approval-seeking behavior. It's a learned response. No baby ever came into this world wondering what others would think about their crying. No toddler ever stopped themselves from walking because they were worried about looking foolish. These limitations, these chains, we learn them. And what you learn, you can unlearn. The psychology of approval seeking is rooted in a fundamental misunderstanding of your value. You think you need people's approval to be worthy. But I am here to tell you your worth was established before anyone had an opinion about you. Your value is intrinsic, not attributed. I remember counseling a young woman who was living her entire life based on her mother's unfulfilled dreams. She was successful by society's standards, prestigious job, impressive salary, respected position. But she was dying inside. When I asked her what she really wanted to do with her life, she broke down crying because she had never allowed herself to even think about it. That's the prison of approval. It does not just control your actions. It colonizes your thoughts. The prison of approval only has power because you gave it power. Those invisible walls only stand because you reinforce them every time you choose acceptance over authenticity. The chains only bind because you believe the lie that conformity equals security. What would happen if you stopped seeking approval just for one day? What dreams would surface if you silenced the voices of others just for one moment? What ideas would emerge if you gave yourself permission to think beyond the boundaries of acceptance? Breaking free from the prison of approval isn't just about making different choices, it's about embracing a different identity. It's about understanding that you weren't born to fit in, you were born to stand out. You weren't created to echo, you were created to voice. You weren't designed for conformity, you were designed for creativity. The cost of staying in this prison is far greater than the price of breaking free. Because while approval might feel comfortable, it never feels fulfilling. While acceptance might feel safe, it never feels satisfying. And while conformity might feel secure, it never feels authentic. The time has come for you to understand something profound about the nature of human potential. The nature of human potential is directly connected to understanding your original purpose. You see, every single person in this room was designed with deliberate intent. This is not positive thinking, this is a fundamental law of existence. Just like every seed carries a specific code, you carry within you a unique blueprint of purpose. Let me break this down for you in a way that will revolutionize your thinking. When a manufacturer creates a product, that product's purpose is determined before it ever reaches the store shelf. The creator had a specific intention, a particular use in mind. Now, think about this. You are not a product of random chance. You are a deliberate, intentional creation, packaged with specific dreams that only you can fulfill. Your fingerprints are not just for identification, they are evidence of your originality. Out of billions of people who have walked this earth, no one has ever had your exact set of fingerprints. If such care was taken to ensure that even your fingerprints would be unique, how much more unique must your purpose be? Many of you are trying to live someone else's purpose. You are trying to produce mangoes when you were designed to produce apples. And then you wonder why you are frustrated, why you are not seeing results, why your life feels like a constant struggle. It's because you are fighting against your original design. The principle of seed and potential is crucial here. Every seed contains everything it needs to fulfill its purpose. An apple seed does not need to attend seminars to learn how to become an apple tree. It does not need motivation to produce apples. Everything it needs is coded within its DNA. The only thing it needs is the right environment and the courage to die to its current form to become what it was meant to be. You are like that seed. Everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already within you. Your dreams aren't random wishes, they are glimpses of your potential trying to emerge. Those ideas that keep you awake at night. Those visions that excite you even when you try to ignore them, that's your internal coding trying to express itself. But here's where many people miss it. They think their dreams are too big, too ambitious, too unrealistic. Listen to me carefully. Your dreams aren't too big. Your thinking is too small. If those dreams are persistently within you, they are not there by accident. They are there because you have the capacity to fulfill them. I have studied successful people for years, and I have discovered something fascinating. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the most educated. They are the ones who understood and aligned themselves with their original purpose. They stopped trying to be everything to everybody and focused on being who they were designed to be. Why were you born with specific dreams? Because those dreams are connected to problems you were designed to solve. Your frustrations are often indicators of your purpose. The things that bother you, the problems you notice that others seem to ignore, these are often clues to your purpose. Why do some people see opportunities where others see obstacles? Why do some people feel drawn to certain causes while others feel nothing? It's because each person is equipped with specific sensitivities and capabilities aligned with their purpose. Understanding your unique design isn't enough. Having potential isn't enough. Knowing your purpose isn't enough. You must have the courage to pursue it. You must be willing to stand alone if necessary. You must be prepared to face opposition. Because anything original will always face resistance when you begin to move in the direction of your original purpose. Something powerful happens. Resources you didn't know existed begin to appear. People you never met suddenly show up to help. Opportunities you couldn't have planned align themselves with your path. Why? Because you are finally flowing in harmony with your design. Understanding the crucial nature of leadership is directly connected to the laws that govern dream manifestation. You see, every dream follows specific, unchangeable laws. Just like gravity does not negotiate whether you believe in it or not. It works. The laws of dream manifestation operate with the same consistency. The first law you must understand is that vision is not just about seeing, it's about possession. When you have a true vision, it possesses you. It wakes you up at night. It occupies your thoughts. It stirs something so deep within you that you can't ignore it. But many people confuse vision with wishful thinking. They say, I wish I could do this, or wouldn't it be nice if that's not vision? Vision is when you can see it so clearly that it becomes more real to you than your current reality. Every great achievement in history began as a vision in someone's mind. The phone you are holding, the chair you are sitting on, the building you are in, everything started as a vision. But here's what separates dreamers from achievers. Achievers understand the principle of responsibility. Your dream is your responsibility. Nobody else is going to be as passionate about your vision as you are. Nobody else is going to work as hard for your dream as you will. This is where many people fail. They are waiting for someone else to make their dream happen. They are waiting for the perfect circumstance, the right connection, the ideal moment. Responsibility means responsibility. It's your ability to respond to your vision. When you take responsibility for your dream, you stop making excuses and start making progress. You stop blaming circumstances and start changing them. You stop waiting for permission and start taking action. Converting dreams into reality requires more than inspiration, it requires implementation. You must understand that between your dream and its manifestation lies a process. This process isn't always glamorous. It's often filled with mundane tasks, seemingly insignificant decisions, and daily disciplines that don't appear to be connected to your grand vision. Many people want the product. but they are not willing to endure the process. They want the success, but not the struggle. They want the crown, but not the cross. But I am telling you today, every dream has a price tag. The question isn't whether you have a dream. The question is whether you are willing to pay the price for that dream. The manifestation of your dream requires three things: clarity, conviction, and consistency. Clarity means you know exactly what you want. Not a vague idea, not a general direction, but a clear, specific vision. Conviction means you believe in your dream, even when no one else does. And consistency means you work on your dream, even when you don't feel like it. Most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they lack persistence. They give up too soon. They abandon their vision at the first sign of resistance. But what they don't understand is that resistance is often a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Opposition is often confirmation that your dream threatens the status quo. Everything you need to achieve your dream is already within your reach. But it might not look like what you expect. Sometimes the resource you need comes disguised as a problem. Sometimes the opportunity you are waiting for comes packaged as a challenge. The law of dream manifestation operates on the principle of progressive revelation. You don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. You don't need to have all the answers to start moving forward. What you need is the courage to begin and the commitment to continue. Something that many people overlook. In the process of pursuing your vision, you will face a force more powerful than external opposition. The most powerful opposition you will face isn't external, it's internal. It's the voice of others that you have internalized. The opinions you have allowed to become your prison guards. The greatest slavery isn't physical chains, it's mental bondage to other people's opinions. Opinion slavery is subtle. It does not announce itself. It disguises itself as wisdom, as concern, as experience. People will tell you, I am just trying to protect you. I am just being realistic. I am just giving you advice. But what they are really doing is projecting their own fears, their own limitations, their own unfulfilled dreams onto you. Every time you ask for approval from someone who hasn't walked where you are trying to go, you are asking for directions from someone who's never made the journey. It's like asking someone who's never left their village to guide you across the ocean. Their opinion, no matter how well-intentioned, is limited by their experience. The danger of external validation is that it makes you dependent on sources you can't control. It's like building your house on someone else's land. They can evict you at any time. When your sense of worth, your confidence, your belief in your dreams depends on other people's approval, you have given away your power. True freedom, and this is crucial for you to understand, isn't doing whatever you want. True freedom is being who you were created to be without needing permission from anyone else. It's having the courage to stay true to your vision even when others don't understand it. It's having the strength to stand alone when necessary. The power of self-approval comes from a deep understanding of your worth. Not your market value, not your social status, not your bank balance, but your intrinsic, unchangeable worth. When you approve of yourself, when you validate your own dreams, when you confirm your own worth, you become unstoppable. I have seen people transform their lives completely when they finally break free from opinion slavery. They stop asking, what will people think, and start asking, what do I think? They stop seeking validation and start creating value. They stop waiting for approval and start walking in authority. When you stop seeking approval, you often find that you start receiving it naturally, not because you are trying to get it, but because you are finally being authentic. People are attracted to authenticity. They are drawn to those who know who they are and what they stand for. When you break free from the need for approval, you discover something powerful about personal leadership. You discover that the first and most crucial leadership role you will ever have is leading yourself. Many people want to lead others, influence nations, change communities, but they haven't mastered the fundamental principle of self-leadership. You can't lead others until you can lead yourself. Personal leadership begins with a simple but profound understanding you are responsible for your life's direction. Not your circumstances, not your background, not your limitations, but you. Every morning when you wake up, you are faced with a choice: will you lead your life? Or will your life lead you? Most people live in reaction mode. They react to circumstances, react to other people's expectations, react to problems. But true leaders live in creation mode. They don't wait for circumstances to determine their actions. They create circumstances that align with their vision. Making decisions based on vision rather than circumstances, this is what separates leaders from followers. When you understand your vision, decisions become clearer. Not easier, but clearer. Your vision becomes your compass, your measuring stick, your decision-making framework. Every decision you make is either moving you toward your vision or away from it. There is no neutral ground when you are deciding about relationships, opportunities, investments of your time and resources. There's only one question that matters: does this align with my vision? Where many people miss it, they try to make major decisions without having clarity of vision. It's like trying to navigate without a destination. You can be the most skilled captain in the world, but if you don't know where you are going, every port looks like home. Standing firm in your convictions requires something deeper than stubbornness. It requires bone-deep certainty about who you are and what you are called to do. You see, convictions aren't preferences. Preferences change with circumstances. But convictions remain steady regardless of opposition. I have watched people crumble under pressure, not because they lacked ability, but because they lacked conviction. They had goals, but not convictions. Goals are about what you want to achieve. Convictions are about who you are. Goals can change. Convictions must remain constant. The power of personal leadership lies in its ripple effect. When you lead yourself effectively, you automatically influence others, not through position or authority, but through example. People are drawn to those who demonstrate self-leadership. They are attracted to those who walk with purpose, who make decisions with clarity, who stand firm in their convictions. But personal leadership comes with a price. You must be willing to stand alone when necessary. You must be prepared to be misunderstood. You must be ready to face opposition. Because true leadership always challenges the status quo. The status quo will always resist change, but your dreams demand action. Let me show you how to move from inspiration to implementation. Because a dream without action is merely a wish, and wishes don't change reality. Decisions and actions do. Daily dream cultivation isn't optional, it's as essential as breathing. Your dream must become the first thing you think about when you wake up and the last thing on your mind when you go to sleep. But don't misunderstand me, I am not talking about daydreaming. I am talking about purposeful, strategic meditation on your vision. Every morning, you must ask yourself 3 questions. What am I doing today to move closer to my dream? What obstacles might I face? How am I preparing to overcome them? This daily ritual programs your mind to spot opportunities that others miss. It's like tuning a radio to a specific frequency. Suddenly you begin to pick up signals that were always there, but you weren't calibrated to receive. Building resilience isn't about avoiding failure, it's about failing forward. You see, most people think resilience means bouncing back. But I am telling you, it's about bouncing forward. Every setback contains a setup for a comeback. Every obstacle presents an opportunity for growth. Every criticism carries the seed of improvement. Resilience isn't built in comfort. It's forged in adversity. It's like building muscle. The resistance is what creates the strength. The opposition is what develops the power. The struggle is what produces the capacity. Creating action plans isn't just about making lists, it's about making commitments to yourself. Your action plan must be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Vague plans produce vague results. You must break down your dream into daily, digestible actions. Big dreams don't require big steps, they require consistent steps. Here's what most people don't understand about action plans. They are not static documents. They are living strategies that must be reviewed and adjusted regularly. Sometimes you will need to slow down, other times you will need to speed up. Sometimes you will need to change direction, other times you will need to press through. The key to effective action plans is accountability. Not just to others, but primarily to yourself. You must become ruthlessly honest about your progress. Are you really giving your dream your best effort? Are you making excuses or making progress? Are you finding reasons or finding ways? Remember this principle: what you do daily determines what you become permanently. Small actions, repeated consistently, create permanent changes. Your daily habits are either building your dream or undermining it. There is no neutral ground. The price of greatness isn't negotiable. Every dream has a price tag. And the bigger the dream, the bigger the price. But let me tell you something powerful. The price you will pay for pursuing your dream is less than the cost of abandoning it. When we talk about necessary sacrifice, many people think about what they have to give up. But true sacrifice isn't about giving up, it's about giving over. It's about exchanging what's good for what's best. It's about releasing what's comfortable for what's possible. Every person who achieved something significant understood this principle. They sacrificed temporary pleasure for permanent fulfillment. They gave up good opportunities for the best opportunities. They exchanged immediate gratification for lasting impact. The courage to stand alone. This isn't just about being different. It's about being willing to walk a path that others aren't willing to walk. At some point in your journey, you will reach a place where the crowd thins out, where those who started with you begin to turn back. This is the moment that separates dreamers from achievers. Loneliness and leadership go hand in hand. Every pioneer faces the wilderness alone. Every innovator faces skepticism alone. Every visionary sees what others can't see yet. But here's the paradox: your willingness to stand alone often determines how many will eventually stand with you. Let me tell you something about criticism that will revolutionize your perspective. Criticism isn't just something to endure, it's something to embrace. Because criticism is often confirmation that you are making an impact. Think about it, nobody criticizes a parked car. They only criticize cars that are moving. When people criticize your dream, they are confirming its potential. When they question your methods, they are confirming your innovation. When they doubt your capability, they are confirming your courage. You see, criticism often comes from those who gave up on their own dreams, trying to protect you from what they fear. The price of greatness includes being misunderstood. It includes being talked about. It includes being questioned. But understand this: the same voices that question you in the beginning will quote you in the end. The same people who doubt your vision will study your victory. But there's something even more important than understanding the price of greatness. It's understanding why you must pay it. Because your dream isn't just about you. Your dream isn't just about you. It's about everyone who will benefit from your courage to be who you were created to be. You see, buried within your dream is someone else's answer. Hidden in your vision is someone else's solution. Wrapped up in your purpose is someone else's liberation. This is why you can't afford to live small. This is why you can't settle for less. This is why you can't allow the opinions of others to imprison your potential. Because when you deny your dream, you are not just denying yourself, you are denying the world what only you can give it. The time has come for you to make a decision, not tomorrow, not next week, not when circumstances improve, but right now. Will you continue living for the approval of others? Or will you begin living for the fulfillment of your purpose? Will you keep asking permission to be who you are? Or will you give yourself permission to be great? Remember this at the end of your life. You will not be judged by the dreams you had, but by the dreams you pursued. You will not be remembered for what you planned to do, but for what you dared to do. You will not be celebrated for your potential, but for your performance. Step out of the prison of approval and into the freedom of purpose. Break free from the chains of other people's expectations and spread the wings of your authentic vision. Because the world is waiting for the gift that only you can give, the problem that only you can solve, the dream that only you can fulfill.